guys, it's Deb from Inspired Physiotherapy. Today we're going to learn to sew ribbons onto our Pointe shoes. When you get your Pointe shoes, it's a whole new responsibility, and part of that responsibility is taking care of them and knowing how to sew your ribbons onto your shoes. Because one day, you know what, Mum's not going to be backstage with you and you're going to have to know how to sew those ribbons on in case they fall off. So when you get your Pointe shoes, you'll get some ribbon like this, as well as some elastic. So the elastic is used to keep the heel of the shoe up on your heel, and the ribbons are obviously to hold your shoes on. So step one to marking out your Pointe shoes, make a triangle with the heel like this, and grab a pen and just mark inside like that. And that's just going to tell you where to place the ribbon. So you mark on both sides. Alright, all done. With your ribbon, there'll be a longer end and then a shorter end. Not all of them will have this elastic on, but some of them will. So the shorter end of that, what you will do is fold over once, fold over twice, and that's what you're going to sew into your shoe. Now, when you sew this into your shoe, you want to go along the angle of the line you just drew, and that way you're not going to have any gaping of the side of your shoe when you tie them up. With that as well, you'll have your elastic, and to measure that out, you're going to pop your shoe on your foot. So the shoe goes on the foot, pop the elastic down the side, and just make sure you've got a little bit of stretch in it and measure it to the other side. Leave yourself some room, some sewing room before you cut. So about that much extra, and then you can snip.
Pierce through the canvas, trying to avoid going all the way through the satin, and then through the ribbon, tie a knot and continue around the ribbon in a square-like fashion. Be careful to avoid the elastic which ties or tightens the shoe around your foot. If you get the needle stuck through that, you won't be able to tighten your shoe properly. To sew the elastic onto your heel, place it either side of the heel, pin if you need some assistance keeping it still, and then sew from the bottom to the top.
Tie up your shoes. You want to come from the inside lace, pull around the ankle, around one more time to the inside, and pull the outside one in, around the ankle, and back to the inside. From there, tie your knot. Nice double knot on the inside, and you'll see you'll have one ribbon that's a lot longer than the other. So you just want to even that out by snipping off the edge at an angle, and then you can tuck it in there. Remember, when you are putting your shoe on, to come up into this ankle angle, and that will mean that the lace is not too tight and it's not going to gape once you're up on the block. Also remember to avoid having the ribbon cut into your Achilles tendon, so you need to tie it just above there. So a couple of tips to remember when sewing your ribbons on your Pointe shoes would be, you'll have an elastic or a tie that helps you tighten up this part of your shoe. When you sew, make sure you avoid going through that part of the shoe, because if you sew through that section there, it may mean that you won't be able to tighten around your foot anymore, unless you unpick it and try again. Also remember that it doesn't have to be perfect. It'll take a long time the first time, but you'll get better at it the more you do it. So practice makes perfect. And in reality, no one's actually going to see it. So once you're up on stage or in your exam, if you've accidentally gone through the satin, they're not going to see it. It's going to be too far away. So give it a go. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You can always unpick it and try again. And the other last tip I would give you is you want to try and adjust so into the canvas on the inside and avoid the satin. But like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You'll be too far away for anyone to actually notice because you'll be using the same coloured thread as the shoe and the ribbon. Good luck sewing on your Pointe shoes. Comment below if you have any questions, and if you'd like to see any other videos made by us at Inspired Physio, make a comment down below.